All right, in this video we're going to create a module, and we're going to kind of turn it into a checklist so that students have to proceed through the module. So if you click on modules, we're going to come up here and we're going to click a new module. So we're going to do plus module, and we're going to write a module name, and we're going to call it Learning About Canvas. And we'll go ahead and click Add Module. We'll bring it up here to the top. We'll drag it up to the top. Okay, so we're going to add different things into the module. So I'm going to click a plus, and there's a whole bunch of items here that you can do. And one of them is just a text header. So I'm just going to click a text header, and I'm going to write stuff to do, and I'm not going to indent it. So I'll just do add an item, and so it just put a text header in there. So the first thing I'm going to add in here is a link. So I'm going to do a plus, and I'll just put it on the external URL. I'll type in the URL, and I'm going to call this, this is the link to the May the Canvas, Canvas be with you Jedi training page. And I'm gonna say load in a new tab. I'm gonna indent it one level. Click Add Item. Okay, so now I have stuff to do, and then indented here I have this link that they need to go to. I'm gonna click plus. I'm gonna add a page, and I've already made some pages. So if you haven't made any pages, you could go ahead and do that, or I can click on the Create Page and go ahead and make a page right here. I'm going to click on this buttons page, and I'm going to click Add Item. And you'll notice that since I had indented this one earlier, that it was, I should have showed you that, it was still set on indent one level. So it kind of always just takes what you did last time. So I'm going to do plus again. I'm going to get another page that I made, a Cabin Fever Day the game. Click on that, and it still says indent one level. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to click the plus again. I'm going to come up here and let's do a quiz this time. I already have a quiz made up called a pop quiz, so I'm going to click on that and add that one. And then I'm going to do one more thing, and this time I'm going to select discussion, and I've already made a forum page. So if you need to kind of make all these items first, or you can just come in here and do it right from in here, but I already have these kind of pre-made, so I'm going to click what's your favorite thing about CFD, and I'm going to add that one as well. Okay, so there's some things in a module that we want the students to do. I'm going to go ahead and publish this whole module, student view of this page. So here's the module, and there's things you can click on, but there's nothing over here that says that I've completed or done anything like that. So I'm going to get out of student view again, and I want to add that. I want to add like requirements for these things. So you come up here to the little kebab, the three little dots, and I'm going to edit this. And this is where I named the module in the first place. But you'll notice that there's requirements that I could add. If this was not the top module, you'd also see something like prerequisites, because you can say you don't even allow them to see this module unless they've done a previous module. So, but since this is the first module at the top of the page, there is no prerequisites thing here. So there's just requirements. So that's all we want to look at anyway. So I'm going to click Add a Requirement, and it starts with the first thing, May the Canvas be with you, Jedi training, and then I'm going to add another one. And I'm going to select the buttons page. I'm going to add another one, and I'm going to select the Cabin Fever Day page. I'm going to add another one and click the pop quiz. I'm going to click another one, and I'm going to select what's your favorite thing about CFD. Now these are all the 5 things that I added to the page, and here is what it takes to require them to be completed. Now you'll notice up here it says students must complete all of these requirements. That's what I normally always set it on. If you do that, then you can also click students must move through these requirements in sequential order. So they won't be able to go to this next page until they've met this requirement, and you can do it that way. Or you could do something completely different. Student must complete one of these requirements. So if you just want them to do their certain one thing on the page, then you could click that one. I never use that. I always do must complete all these requirements. There is a couple times where I've actually wanted them to go through in sequential order, but generally I let them do it in any order they want. So this first thing is a link, and so the only option I have on there is to view the item. So they have to click on the link. That's it. Now this next thing is a page that I have. Okay, so if you look in the options, there's view the item, but there's also mark as done. And then there's a contribute to the page. Sometimes you can have a page editable so people can actually add things to a page. That probably will not get used very much. But you can either just have them click on the link and see the page, or I like to make them do a little bit extra work, click mark as done. So if they're on that page, they have to go all the way to the bottom, and there's a little mark as done radio button that they would have to click that they have completed reviewing that page. So here's another page, and I'm going to do mark as done again. And here's a pop quiz, and so I can just view the quiz. I could submit the quiz only, or there's a really good one, score at least. And when I click that, it shows there's a blank out of how many points the quiz was possible. That quiz had 3 questions. So I can say they have to get them all right. I could put a 3 in here or just a 1. I'm going to go ahead and put 2. They have to get 2 of the 3 questions right. And then the last one is a forum, so it's just view the forum or contribute to the page. And that one I'm going to put contribute to the page because that means they have to actually make a post. Okay, so there's everything in the module that I want them requirements. So I'm going to update the module, and you'll notice, and this is like sometimes if you change things after people have already progressed through something, you might want to relock all the modules or something. I'm just going to click continue on that. Okay. So now you'll notice that on the module you have requirements that are right here below it. So this says view, mark done, mark done. 3 points, you have to score at least 2. You have to contribute to this page. And if I click the student view now, there's radio buttons over here that are going to check off if you've done any of these things. And I'm going to show how that will work here in a little bit. Okay, so that's basically how you set up a module and how you set up a progression of requirements that we're going to do on there. So in the next video, I'm going to show you a new little LTI tool that I made that will make this maybe look a little bit better. So this is fine to use this view, the module view, and see how this all checks off, but I want to add something in here to make it look maybe a little cooler. So we'll show that in the next video.